everyone. My name is Mallory King.
And I'm Devin Dearmore.
And we are here to promote
Survivor Power Coffee Hour on behalf of MASHA.
In middle school, I experienced a version of danger that I'd never felt before when a classmate of mine sexually harassed me. He pinned me against a wall, and from that point further, I no longer felt safe in school. I had no idea what sexual harassment was, nor what it even consisted of. As a result, my middle school years were overshadowed by frustration, not only towards the person who made me feel powerless, but towards a culture that told me boys would be boys. Today, I now know that I am a survivor, and through education and research, I've come to the conclusion that I must have strength and fight for students because no one should have to experience that. And I'm not alone, because across this room, there are survivors, and across this city, there are survivors.
This culture that we live in is called rape culture. It refers to the normalization of sexual harassment, sexual violence, and victim blaming.
These terms that Devin is referring to are extremely important, and it's extremely important for us to be aware of these terms because we must put a face to these experiences.
And this is why we are in MASHA, Memphis Against Sexual Harassment and Assault. We are a cohort of Bridge Builders Change, and we're a youth-led initiative working to reduce the prevalence of sexual violence and sexual assault in our city through awareness campaigns and policy change. So for those of you who don't know, sexual harassment and sexual assault are overarching terms used to describe any unwanted or non-consensual touches, graphic images, words, or actions presented to or inflicted upon another person. Sexual assault can happen to anyone, no matter their gender, age, or what they're wearing. It's not the fault of the people who are the survivors. It is the fault of those who perpetrate this, and it's time that these people are held accountable.
In comes our first Survivor Power Coffee Hour.
So just this last weekend, we held our first Survivor Power Coffee Hour, and it won't be our last. Survivor Power Coffee Hour is an event meant to raise awareness on this issue and to give a chance for survivors to speak out about their experiences without fear of judgment. We asked them to describe the impact that this event had had on them. That way we can visually see the impact that this is having on transforming rape culture and the people in our community.
So what would you say your favorite part about it was?
So my favorite part was when this young woman, got up and told us about her experience with sexual assault for the very first time. It was amazing to see how difficult this speaking about these things can be, and how I was so proud to see how people got up and spoke. What about you?
I definitely have to say my favorite part was seeing the transition in the room go from uncomfortability to overall unity. And with that being said, it's extremely important that each and every one of us in this room understand that the cycle of sexual violence is vicious, and it's the responsibility of each and every one of us to put an end to it. Also, with that being said, you should come to our Survivor Power Coffee Hour
on March 2nd. And if you know someone who has had experiences like these or has been affected by this issue, let them know that they're not alone.
Also, it is extremely important that you understand that in order to rectify this situation, you must align yourself with this cause. Not because you feel bad, but it is extremely important that you understand that it is a responsibility of all of us if we want to create a change in our city. And that is why you should vote for Survivor Power Coffee Hours in Memphis. Okay. We have a little bit more to say. With that being said, as she mentioned before, our Survivor Power Coffee Hour, our second one, is on March 2nd, and we would like for you to attend. And we'd also like for you to vote today to help us create more Survivor Power Coffee Hours in our city. That is one of the most important things we're trying to convey. And also for you to take the knowledge that we're giving you today and spread it to everyone else. Because if each and every one of you in this room tells someone else, then that's a lot of more people that know. No more excuses.
Thank you.
Thank you.